What up, people? Coach V, New Breed Boxing. Tomorrow night, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Caleb Plant, the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This is going to be a good fight. So, the odds makers, the last time I checked, had it at, I think, negative 900 for Canelo and positive 600 for Caleb Plant. I agree. I don't always go with the odds makers, but I got to say, I'm going to make this a short one. I don't see any way that Caleb Plant's going to win this fight. Canelo, typically, what does he do? He lets you win a couple of rounds sometimes in the first half of the fight, studies you, finds a couple of openings. Depending on how easy you are to hit, second half of the fight, he's going to move in for the kill. Caleb Plant's a good boxer. I could see him maybe winning 3 rounds, give or take, out of the first 6. But him falling, he always gets tired from what I've noticed. He always fatigues in the second half of the fight, which again plays right into Canelo's MO. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the way it's going to probably play out. He's not going to lay down. He does have heart. I think he's going to, he's got a good skill set. So I think it's going to be a good fight for, a few rounds, maybe 6 rounds, give or take. And then that's when I think Canelo's going to start taking over skill-wise. I think the experience difference is going to show because Caleb Plant has never been in the ring with somebody like Canelo. And Canelo is definitely a seasoned veteran, still in his prime. And I just see him getting stopped in the later rounds. I mean, it would be shocking if Canelo goes for an early KO, but at the same time, with all the bad blood and everything that's been going on, if Caleb Plant could push his buttons, you never know. I mean, that is a possibility. The only way I see Caleb Plant winning this fight would be if he fought the most perfect fight of his career ever, and Canelo had the worst day of his career ever, and just the moon and the stars lined up perfectly, and somehow he still got a decision, because even if he won the decision by some wild miracle, I still don't see him getting a decision regardless. It is what it is. He's well connected. He doesn't even need that he doesn't need a gift decision usually. I mean, he does legitimately win his fights. He has had a couple of gifts in the past, and they were against, like I think Lara, he's a good boxer, but couldn't get him out of there, stuff like that. Canelo's a tough guy, and like I said, he's been up against way more dangerous opposition offensively than Caleb Plant. So, like I said, man, the worst thing Caleb Plant could do is exchange with him. The best thing he could do is stay on the outside, but somehow keep circling him in the middle of the ring and just try to, use his reach, use his footwork, which I also see Canelo catching him with as much body work as possible in the first 6 rounds. And then the second half of the fight is when he's going to move in with the headshots. I definitely see him going for that cut again. Caleb Plant said it was a scratch. That was a perfect circle from the orbital bone. He definitely got a legitimate cut. Luckily for him, it's below the eye. So I don't see, even if it does open up, that being too bad. But that doesn't mean that Canelo's not going to bust him up in other ways. And, he's got good upper body mobility. But again, what does Canelo do when you got a guy moving around too much? He goes to the body and then he starts beating you down, breaking your shoulders down. He'll punch you on the hip. Canelo will punch you in the neck. He'll go for damage in other ways until he can find that money shot. And he gets that home run, shot right to the chin or the solar plexus or whatever damage he can do. And then, once he smells blood, he's like a shark, man. He's just going to move in on you. So I personally see Caleb Plant getting KO'd or TKO'd in the second half of the fight. Tell me what you think in the comments section. I haven't seen anyone that's convinced Caleb Plant's going to win. I see people saying he's going to put up a good fight, but that's about it. I don't usually go with the odds makers, but I'm going to have to go with him on this one. Canelo by stoppage, second half of the fight. Tell me what you think in the comment section. That's how I see it. In the meantime, like, subscribe, comment, share, and go hit that notification bell so we know you're out there. Till the next time, out.